Hi everyone, out you all, this is CoinsKid. I'm just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you for your support. Big up the CoinsKid crew. So yesterday I did a video on 5 altcoins that were brought to my attention by the Patreons in the live stream there that I did earlier in the week. So I made an individual video for those particular ones, the hot ones out of them particular live stream that we did. They're looking quite tasty, you know, so do please watch that video. I think it's a video before this one. Yeah, have a look at it, see what you think, and there's some little beauties in there moving forward. So yeah, some great opportunities, you know, and not financial advice, but for me, you know, your Bitcoin potentially, if it goes to 200k, you're looking at a 3x or something, aren't you, from this point, or 4x, sorry, from this point, you know, if it continues to go to our forecast, even if it doubles here, 100k, you know, that's basically a double, isn't it, you know? But these sort of little altcoin gems, this is where you do see the larger appreciation. Obviously high risk, high reward, they're a little bit more risky, but this is where you're going to see a lot more appreciation, and you know, you sort of make more Bitcoin if you jump into those particular opportunities as well. Again, not financial advice, but we're sort of gearing up for it, you know. Everything is rinse repeat, like I've been grinding on for so long right now, you know. I do expect that we are, you know, we are in a bull market basically, and we're breaking out key levels of resistance. We've always been in a bull market. This was a corrective phase of a bull market. This is a corrective phase of a bull market. It's what happens. Look, you got your large ABC corrective phase of a bull market, and you got continuation. And right now you're putting in the same, you know, literally come up here, roll back to this previous swing high. This is really bullish for continuation. You know, you sort of, you're coiling up basically, looking for continuation, and right now for me, you're slowing down, which is amazing. You want to see that, because for me, one thing that I like to use is these EMAs. You know, even on the way down here, we're getting really overextended from the EMAs, and if you refer back to the videos, I said to you, look, you're too far away from the EMAs. You're going to slow down. You can't keep going down forever. You know, you're going to find a level of support, build a foundation, allow the EMAs to come back to you, and at that point, are you going to run into them as resistance and continue with the trend? And right there, like I said to you in so many videos, the trend is your friend until the end. Break the trend and make a new friend. Now, one thing that signifies a trend for me personally, it's not for every technical analysis, but the way I do it is, you know, this yellow line, the 20 EMA on any time frame. Okay, you don't even need the other lines, but they're in there for judgment, you know. But if you're above that yellow line, you are in an uptrend, my friend, on that time frame. It really is that simple. And sometimes you get a little bit overextended from it, and what happens is you slow down in an uptrend, you consolidate basically in a range, and you allow these EMAs to creep back up, catch back up with you, get the retest, and that is your support. Imagine these are like rocket ships, okay? The needs are fuel lines. You need the fuel to get the continuation, and right now, look, you fell back, you got your refueling, and then you took off again. Obviously got a little bit extended. You've had your ABC, Elliott wave theory right there, wave 2, and right now you're putting in this wave 3. Okay, so it's all good until it isn't, you know. And with that, you're breaking out key levels of resistance. So for me, I do think that, you know, over the next couple of days, week or so, if we allow these EMAs to creep back up a little bit more, get a little bit more healthy, because you can see they were going vertical just there, okay, just like they did, went vertical, you had your correction, you come down, got the support. Potentially, if we do start to roll out this particular pattern that we're forming right now, which I'm going to show you, if you was to roll out, you can see immediately where your support's going to be. Okay, you've got this blue line, which is an amazing level of support, the 0236 as well, which was really strong retracement level, to be honest with you. But if you do start to fall through that, you'll see where it bounces off these EMAs. It bounces off the EMAs. It's when you start to lose them. This is where you have your correction. Just there, you lost support. For me, that particular event just there was a major signal. Wow, you're losing support, you're gone. And this is why I was saying to you, look, you're going to hit 43k, you lose that, you're in 23k, at 28k, because that's a swing high, swing low, basically. It really is that simple, really is that simple. So again, you know, if you look at this particular setup just there, right now, you can see that pretty much where we are is on this swing high. Look, we're sitting right there, do you see that? So we're sort of consolidating on this swing high, allowing the EMAs to creep back up. So that's good. If we can hold that, this is where I do think that you're just going to see that extra sort of push here for Bitcoin, and it's going to break this high. And once it breaks this high, you're going to see it absolutely take off, and it's going to meet our target of 77k. All day long, you know, it will do, unless it rolls over. It really is that simple. So for me, yeah, you're looking really, really good. You know, there's still a lot of FUD around Bitcoin. It's still in the bear market. It's, you know, it's going to zero, it's going to 20k, 25k, and all that. You know, it is still possible, but not possible until you roll over and you lose that key level support for me. You know, and here, you know, you've broken out key level resistance just there. You're looking really, really good for continuation. You know, always set stop losses though, obviously, because you can all equally lose support and roll over. But whilst you're coming up and you're holding key level support, and you're breaking out of resistances, it's absolutely golden, my friend. It's golden until it's not, you know, and I'll always stand by prediction of at least we're going to get to the 107 here in this bull run, and I do stand by my conviction that I laid down many moons ago. 200k. I was forecasting 200k when we was down there at 3 grand. Okay, I was telling everybody I know, family and friends, your Bitcoin is going to 200k in the next cycle. And you know, it came up here to a 1618, met it like a boss, come back to the 1272, held it like a boss, and right now you're slowly going up the stairs to the forecast laid down many years ago. You know, and no, don't be disillusioned. There will be a bear market, and when the bear market comes, hopefully I can find the top for you, and then hopefully in the next bull I can find the top of that for you as well. You know, so yeah, I do think Bitcoin's really bullish. You're slowing down, you're allowing the EMAs to creep back up, and it's looking for continuation. So on the 4-hourly time frame here, so just looking at Bitcoin on the 4-hourly time frame, then there is a bit of a bullish pattern that's forming just there, a bit of a continuation pattern. And like I said to you, look, you bolted out here, you consolidated in a range, and then you broke out, and you're doing exactly the same right now. You're consolidating, allowing the markets to cool down a little bit, allowing these EMAs to get tighter, and once you get that sort of tightness in the EMAs, it's where you sort of take off, you know. And in this particular instance there, we consolidated, got the touch off the 20, and then we took off. So is it a case that we're doing that again? We're allowing this 20 to come up, sort of consolidate, get the touch off for 20, and break out right here, because this is a continuation pattern that Bitcoin's forming just there. Look, you've got this continuation pattern. This is basically a bull pennant, okay? And it's a continuation pattern. As you come closer and closer to the apex, this is where you get the break. You know, break to the upside, fantastic. Break to the downside, hold a key level support for continuation right there. You know, so some kind of break is imminent for Bitcoin, in my opinion. You know, and in the RSI here, you've got a hidden bullish divergence, okay? Because in the price action, you're making higher lows, and in the RSI, you're making lower lows. So that's a divergence. It's called a hidden bullish divergence, okay? So potentially, if we count that wick just there though, this is the thing, if we look at the wicks, I like to use the bodies, but if you look at that wick there, you've got a high and a higher high, and in the RSI just here, you've got a high, where are we? Just there, we've got the high and we've got the lower high. So there is a bit of a trend line that's forming just here in the RSI, which is a level of resistance, you know. So we've got a level of support and a level of resistance. Obviously, if we lose the support in the RSI, this is where you're going to roll over, and I do think you'll fall out of this pattern. You know, these RSIs can be a bit of a looking glass to what's going to happen, so do pay attention to the RSI. You know, if we do look at the wicks and count the wicks, that's a high, and that's high and a lower high. That's called a bearish divergence, okay? And that's why you've come up there and you've rolled over, because you've conformed to the bearish divergence in the RSI. So right now you're caught between a range and the RSI. So if we can come up here and start to break this level of resistance that you find yourself under in the RSI, this could be a precursor to the fact that you are going to break out of this particular pattern. Obviously, if you do start to come down now and you lose the support of this trend line, this could be a precursor that you're actually going to roll out of this pattern and come down to this trend line as support for Bitcoin, okay? So yeah, I think it would be relatively healthy to see it to roll, to be honest with you. I'll be completely honest with you. You know, I'd love for continuation here, but the healthiest thing for me for Bitcoin is to roll and have a key level of support off this trend line, okay? And this 55 EMA on the 4-hour, because you can see we've not touched it for a very long time. I'm not saying it will happen, but I'm just saying I would like to see it. I would like to see that healthy retest of support, because for me, when you get them back tests of support, it allows the EMA to creep back up. You get that sort of cooling down, you get that level of consolidation, you get that foundation of support, you know, and that is what you work from for continuation. Because if we start to break out here, for me, you know, your technical target will be around 59k, won't it? You know, and for me, you're getting very overextended there, and from that point, if you start to fall back, that is where you can lose support, because you've got too overextended from support. Do you understand that? So if we look at the daily, you know, you are a little bit vertical, not incredibly vertical. You know, you come down, get a little touch off that blue line just there. If you have your correction and roll out of this particular bullish pattern, we do start to roll out. I do think that these particular levels are going to hold as a key level support right there. And like I said to you in numerous videos, if you look at bump and run patterns, which this is a massive bump and run pattern, okay, this blue trend line, usually when you break out, you do usually come back to the trend line as support, and you can see we've absolutely melted through it as support, you know, as resistance, sorry, and not necessarily back tested at support. So wow, that looks a bit rude, doesn't it? I do apologize, but yeah, so it could be that it's looking for that, okay? So, and like I said to you, that would be really healthy. you know, and sometimes you want it to keep going up, but the most healthiest thing is for it to come down and hold support for continuation. Do you understand that? So yeah, we have got some divergences there that you keep an eye on. You've got a level of resistance, a level of support. I do think that if one of those is broken or lost, that will sort of give the game away into the direction of which Bitcoin's going to go. Okay, so yeah, you enjoyed that update. If we was to break out here, you know, I think you would have a lovely little long op, but it would definitely need to cool down at that particular level. So if we was to break out this level of resistance just there, you could be pushing up towards the 59-60k mark. Wherever it is, you could be looking at a lovely long of around about 10%. And equally, if you do start to roll over here, I do think that you could have a little short op. If you do lose this particular level of support, I do think you could have a little short op just there, coming back down to that trend line of around about 5%, you know, and this is where you get some cheeky bids on the 4-hour 55 EMA as well. So that's it. That's Bitcoin. Take care, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye-bye.